Good morning to everyone. Today we are going to discuss about a new chapter. First of all, we will do one activity. Let us do a activity. First we take one candle and light a candle. Take your hands near to the flame of a candle. Take your hands near to the flame of a candle. How can you feel? You feel hot. By this, we can say that heat is a form of energy. Temperature, degree of hotness or coldness. Temperature depends upon heat energy. Temperature, degree of hotness or coldness. Temperature depends upon heat energy. To understand this, let us do a activity. Take out of the steel spoons and the wooden material which is kept in fridge for 15 minutes or half an hour. Touch them and observe that which is colder. Why? We observe that wooden material. It is because of temperature. In brief, we can say that when our body loses heat, we feel cool, and when our body gain heat, we feel hot. Next, thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium means when the two bodies attain the same temperature is called thermal equilibrium. Take two bowls named as hot water and cold water. Measure the water temperature in the bowls with the help of thermometer. What do you observe? You observe that the temperature is more in hot water than cold water. What happens then? After then they attain same temperature. This is known as thermal equilibrium. Next, unit of heat and temperature. SI unit of heat is joule. CGS unit of heat is calorie. 1 calorie equal to 4.186 joules. SI unit of temperature equal to Kelvin. CGS unit of temperature is degree Celsius. 0 degree Celsius equal to 273 Kelvin. Thermal equilibrium definition. When the two bodies attain the same temperature is called thermal equilibrium. Take two bowls named as hot water and cold water. Measure the water temperature in the bowls with the help of thermometer. What do you observe? You observe that the temperature is more in hot water than cold water. What happens then? After then, they attain same temperature. This is known as thermal equilibrium. Next, the units of heat and temperature. SI unit of heat is joule. CGS unit of heat is calorie. 1 calorie equals to 4.186 joules. SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. CGS unit of temperature is degree Celsius. Next, we can do another activity. Take two bowls containing hot water and cold water. Just sprinkle the food color or potassium permanganate crystals in both the bowls and observe what happens. How the particles move. You notice that the particles present in the hot water bowl moves faster than the bowl containing cold water. In other words, we say the average kinetic energy of the molecules is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. Take 2 beakers of equal volume and take 300 grams and 500 grams water in one and another. Measure their initial temperatures with the help of thermometer and note that their initial temperatures should be same. Now heat both the beakers till the temperature rises up to 60 degrees centigrade. Now note down the heating times required to raise the temperature of water to 60 degrees centigrade in each beaker. Which beaker takes more time? You notice that you need more time to raise the temperature 500 grams of water when compared to 300 grams of water. That is, you need to supply more heat energy to greater quantity. By this, we say that Q is directly proportional to M. Now, by heating a 1 liter of water over a constant flame, you will observe that temperature rise with time is constant, that is Q is directly proportional to delta T. By these two equations 1 and 2, we get Q is directly proportional to M delta T and Q is equals to Ms delta T. Here S is constant and this constant is called specific heat of the substance. Therefore, S is equals to Q by M delta T. Units of specific heat. Celsius unit of specific heat is joule per kg Kelvin. SI unit of specific heat is Celsius unit of specific heat is calorie per gram degree centigrade. SI unit of specific applications of specific heat capacity. The sun delivers a large amount of energy to the earth daily. The water sources on earth, particularly the oceans, absorb this energy for maintaining a relatively constant temperature. The oceans behave like heat storehouses for the earth. They can absorb large amount of heat at the equator without appreciable rise in temperature due to high specific heat of water. Therefore, oceans moderate the surrounding temperature near the equator. Ocean water transport the heat away from the equator to areas closer to the north and south poles. This transported heat helps moderate the climates in parts of the earth that are far from the equator. Next one, watermelon bought out from the refrigerator retains its coolness for a longer time than any other fruit because it contains a large percentage of water, because of water has a greater specific heat. Another example, a samosa appears to be cool outside, but it is hot when we eat it because the curry inside the samosa contains ingredients with a higher specific heat. Next one, principle of method of mixtures. When two or more bodies at different temperature are brought into thermal contact, the net heat lost by the hot bodies is equal to net heat gained by the cool bodies until they attain thermal equilibrium. Net heat lost equal to net heat gain. Derivation. Take 100 ml of water at 90 degrees centigrade and 200 ml of water at 60 degrees and mix the two. Let the initial temperatures of the samples of masses M1 and M2 be T1 and T2. Let T be the final temperature of the mixture. The temperature of the mixture is lower than the temperature of hotter sample but higher than the temperature of the colder sample. This means that the hot sample has lost heat and the cold sample has gained heat. The amount of heat lost by the hotter sample Q1 is M1S bracket in T1 minus T. The amount of heat gained by the colder sample Q2 is M2S bracket in T minus T2. Since heat lost by the hotter sample is equal to the heat gained by the colder sample, that is Q1 equal to Q2, which can be written as M1S T1 minus T equal to M2S T minus T2. M1 T1 minus M1 T equal to M2 T minus M2 T2. M1 T1 plus M2 T2 equal to M2 T plus M1 T. M1 T1 plus M2 T2 is equals to T into M2 plus M1. Therefore, T is equals to M1 T1 plus M2 T2 divided by M1 plus M2. This is the principle of method of. Let us do one activity. Aim to find the specific heat of given solid. Here material required: calorimeter, stirrer, water, steam heater, wooden box and lead shots. Next, procedure. Measure the mass of the calorimeter along with stirrer. Mass of the calorimeter M1 is equals to. Next, now fill 1/3 of the volume of calorimeter with water. Measure its and its temperature. Mass of the calorimeter with water M2 equal to. Next, therefore mass of water M2 minus M1. Temperature of water in calorimeter is T1. Take a few lead shots and place them in hot water or steam water. Heat them up to temperature 100 degrees centigrade. Let this temperature be T2. Transfer the hot lead shots quickly into the calorimeter. We will observe that the mixture settles to a certain temperature after some time. See the diagram. Measure this temperature T3 and mass of the calorimeter along with contents water and lead shots. Mass of the calorimeter along with contents M3 equal to mass of the lead shots M3 minus M2. Since there is no loss of heat to surroundings, we can assume that the entire heat lost by the solid is transferred to the calorimeter and water to reach the final temperature. Let the specific heat of the calorimeter, lead shots and water be SE, SL, SW. Respectively. According to the method of mixtures, we know heat lost by the solid equal to heat gained by the calorimeter plus heat gained by the water. M3 minus M2 into SL into T2 minus T3, that equal to ML SC T3 minus T1 plus M2 minus M1 and SW into T3 minus T1. Therefore, SL is equals to MLSC bracket T3 minus T1 plus M2 minus M1 into SW into T3 minus T1. Knowing the specific heat of calorimeter and water, we can calculate the specific heat of the solid. Till now we have discussed about heat. First, we had derived the definition of heat by the activity of candle flame. By this activity, we conclude that heat was a form of energy. We have also discussed about thermal equilibrium and difference between heat and temperature. We studied about different types of scales like Kelvin scale, Celsius scale, etc. and also units. We also learnt about a new concept called kinetic energy, specific heat and its applications and principles of method of mixtures. Also we did a activity to find specific heat of solid. You have listened all these concepts and understood, so I will ask some questions based on this chapter are followed as: first one, what is heat? Second one, what is temperature? Third one, which instrument are used to measure the temperature and heat? Next, fourth one, what are their units? Fifth one, what is specific heat? Next, write its applications. Next, what is known as principal method of mixtures? Eighth one, what is the aim of lab activity? And next, what are material required for it? 10th one, write the procedure of lab activity. Try to answer these questions. And another thing is that, do you have any examples for these concepts? You can also tell to me. Try to answer the question and answer. Prepare some more question and answers to the understood topics. These are the new concepts for you, but try to understand. Do the activities at your home which are did by the home materials and which are the materials available to you. Take care yourself while doing any activity with available materials or with your own appliances. In next video we will discuss about a new concepts which already knew about you. And observe these pictures and try to guess which picture is related to which topic. Thanks for giving this opportunity. Sorry for this, but I missed to explain about one table. It is very important to the exams. It is not only important for your board exams only, but it is very important to any competitive exams also. We already discussed about what is specific heat and what are its units. We also learned that by which scales they were measured. Now I am going to explain about the specific heat of some substances. Substance specific heat. This is table. Lead in calorie per gram degree centigrade 0.031, in joule per kg Kelvin 130. Next substance mercury 0.033, in joule per kg Kelvin 139. Brass 0.092 in calorie per degree centigrade, in joule per kg Kelvin 380. Zinc 0.093. Next 391. Copper 0.095 and 399. Iron 0.115. Next 483. glass, flint glass 0.12 and 504, aluminum 0.21, 882, kerosene oil 0.50, 2100, ice 0.50, 2100, water 1, 4180, sea water 0.95 and 3900. We know that the temperature of a body is directly proportional to the average kinetic energy of particles of the body. The molecules of the system have different form of energies such as linear kinetic energy, rotational kinetic energy, vibrational energy and potential energy between molecules. The total energy of the system is called initial energy of the system. When we supply heat energy to the system, the heat energy given to it will be shared by the molecules among the various forms of energy. This sharing will vary from substance to substance. The rise in temperature is high for a substance if the maximum share of heat energy is utilized for increasing its linear kinetic energy. This sharing of heat energy of the system also varies with temperature. That is why the specific heat is different for different substances. If we know the specific heat of a substance, we can determine how much heat is needed to raise the temperature of a certain mass of the substance through certain degrees by using the equation Q is equals to ms delta T. Now I am going to ask some more questions to you. They are as follows. Number 1. Why samosa seem to be cool but not when we eat? Second one. What is thermal equilibrium? Third one. What is the measure of thermal equilibrium? Fourth one. What is specific heat of a material? Fifth one. What is absolute temperature? Sixth one. Which will determine the direction of heat flow? Seventh one. What happens to kinetic energy of particles if we increase the temperature? Eighth one. Convert normal human body temperature from Fahrenheit scale to Celsius scale.